I've been thinking it's time to celebrate. I'm not caring what nobody say. I've been.
What is up, YouTube? MegamanWinsYT here, YouTube here, and today I'm bringing you guys my settings video. Finally, everybody's been asking for a long time. Bring me your settings video. What's your settings? What's your settings? And now here it is. Now, of course, this video is going to be titled "The Best Settings for Two-Fingered Players on Android for Critical Ops." But disclaimer: there is no best settings. Everybody has to get used to their settings, and they play. Whether you like to be a slow player or a fast player, it doesn't matter. There's all variants to players' preferences, but yes, there is no best setting. So onto my settings. My target frames is 60. I'm using Android, so I don't think you're supposed to target 120. That would be incorrect because I could only get 59 frames most of the time. Generally speaking, I don't use dynamic crosshair. I use my hit markers. I show my HUD, all that stuff, and my crosshair size. My crosshair size is 30% because I like to do accurate taps. That's how I play. Whenever I play, most of the time I'm actually tapping my screen versus spraying the screen, because when you tap, if you don't know this, if you tap your, like for example, if you're tapping an AK, if you're tapping, it actually doesn't matter which gun you use. When you use the tapping mechanism, your shots are more accurate. So I choose to take 30% crosshair because that is going to guarantee you those one taps in situations in which you couldn't get whenever you have a larger crosshair. Even if you have like a crosshair of like 35 or maybe even 40, it does make the difference in how accurate you can see tiny spots where players can barely be peeking from. So yeah, that's my general. Onto the controls. As you could see, I've never played with any other settings besides the default ones. You know, I can move this here. We could move everything anywhere. Check this out, yo. I can move all this stuff everywhere, and all I gotta do is press reset to default, and I'm back to where I'm used to it. I've tried many times to like move my they say like if you move your crouch button right here, it could be easier gameplay because you can crouch and shoot at the same time. But I've tried it and I couldn't get used to it. My muscle memory is so used to using this HUD, and I'm a two-fingered player, so I mean, maybe whenever I do learn claw, I will switch over to some new HUD. But as of now, my settings, I've been playing for the past 2 years that I've been playing Critical Ops. I've been using this default settings and my two fingers to play. So yeah. And in regards to aim sensitivity for X is 4.5, and my aim sensitivity for Y is 1.75. When I first started playing Critical Ops, my X and my Y was way lower than this. I'm pretty sure the X was like probably like at 3, or maybe like at 2 point something, and the Y was like it was probably like under 1, or probably like at 1, like half of the size. But as I began to grow as a player, as you grow as a player, you want to have better reaction timing. So having a lower sense is great. You know, you could be very accurate with your movements, and not to overswipe your screen. But as you become a better player, you don't need to think about overswiping your screen. The only thing you're thinking about is actually reacting faster. And you know, this game is all about relying on your enemies making mistakes. So you know, your opponent shoots you with one bullet and they miss the shot. If you have a high sense, you could just instantly turn around and kill that player. You know, it's their fault for not killing you. When they had the chance, they gave away their position. So that is why players have high sense, so they can have faster reaction timings. My sculpting sensitivity is at 100. I honestly feel sculpting sensitivity is perfectly fine at 100. Because like I don't want to overswipe my screen, and also if I lowered my scope sense, then I feel like it wouldn't swipe enough to how I like it. So keeping it at 100% for me is fine. Okay, so I am going to show you guys some clips in regards to my sculpting sensitivity and my X and Y. You know, I'm going to show you guys why it's good to have a good high sense, and show you guys why I feel so comfortable using a 100% scope sense. I'll show you guys some flicks and some 180 degrees shots that when players miss me. I will show the clips right here.
cause I don't wanna feel your touch.
Now on to aim acceleration. Aim acceleration is an optional game mechanic that speeds up a player's aim speed while using less effort to swipe the screen. What does this mean? It means that your screen is going to react faster to touching the screen. So, I mean, a lot of people actually don't even use aim acceleration, and that's perfectly fine. But I've learned that if you use aim acceleration, that it does help, especially if you're a more experienced player and you do want those faster reaction timings and that more control. Then I do recommend using aim acceleration. A lot of people say aim assist is very bad, and what I say to that is aim assist is a part of the game, and I agree with those players. Aim assist is very bad because if you have 3 players rushing in at you, aim assist might actually be your demise, because you might be aiming at one player but another player might be shooting you. You might want to react to that and shoot that other player, but you won't be able to due to the game mechanic of aim assist that you have on. So it goes both ways, but I have 100% aim assist on. I don't use gyroscope onto the graphics, and so typically speaking, I do use automatic graphics. I've always used automatic graphics, but I recently read that if you are having lag issues, since I am on an Android phone and I do like to live stream a lot and I like to record, so whenever you're using a low device phone, not an iPad or not a tablet, what you can do with your graphics to help your gameplay out is, I heard you could change your animation quality to medium, maybe change your texture quality to medium. Yeah, maybe your level of detail you could change everything to high. But generally speaking, I just use automatic graphics onto the master volume. And so I use master volume at 80. Audio is always on. And ambient sound, this is something that's not necessarily needed in the game. I do have it on. But ambient sound is basically just background noises, such as the birds and the dogs. So I really hope this settings video was informative to you guys. Like I said, there is no best settings, and it's all up to players' preferences. So you guys just go tweak your settings, and as you become a better player, you can start increasing that X and Y, so that way you can react faster and become a better player. And even with your sniper scope, if you like playing with a sniper, adjust your sniper scoping settings. If you want to get better at flicks, you might want to decrease your sniper scope stats, because that will help you control your flicks. But if you're already very good at flicking, you might even want to surpass the percentage of 100 in the scoped in sense of the sniper. So that's just some tips and advice to you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed my settings video. I've been really wanting to bring you guys this, but I just was waiting for the right time. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. I do post a lot, so you can see all my videos. Every subscriber counts on my road to 1,000.